Most people think fasting is just about skipping meals. But what if it's actually the trigger for one of the body's most mysterious survival mechanisms? When you stop eating, your body doesn't simply pause. It switches into a hidden mode, a biological reboot that modern science is only beginning to understand. Deep inside, your immune system starts whispering instructions to your cells. Hold on, something big is coming. As the hours pass without food, your brain begins to recalibrate. Hormones like insulin and growth factors drop, signaling that it's time to conserve energy and redirect resources. This isn't a shutdown, it's a transformation. Your cells enter a defensive mode, cleaning up damaged proteins and preparing for a shift in priorities. Meanwhile, your immune cells, the soldiers of your health, receive a silent order: stand by. They begin reorganizing, preparing for a new kind of battle. The human body, it turns out, doesn't view fasting as starvation. It sees it as an opportunity. And that's the moment your immune system starts changing in ways you'd never expect. And if you're already curious about what your body is capable of during fasting, now's the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this journey into the science of your own biology. Every week, we uncover new secrets about how your body truly works. During the first 12 hours of fasting, your bloodstream still carries nutrients from your last meal. But as those resources begin to run out, your immune cells switch from patrol mode to preservation mode. Think of it like a city at night. Lights dim, but the guards remain at their posts. In this early stage, your body prioritizes the essentials. It slows inflammation, reduces oxidative stress, and temporarily pauses unnecessary immune activity. It's as if the system is saving its strength for a greater challenge ahead. Meanwhile, your white blood cells, neutrophils and macrophages, start recycling old components, reducing cellular waste that can trigger disease. At this point, something fascinating happens. Your immune system becomes more efficient. Studies show that within just 12 to 16 hours, fasting can reduce markers of inflammation linked to chronic illness. Your body begins to defend smarter, not harder. This is the first whisper of fasting's hidden power. Not destruction, but refinement. The immune army isn't weakened, it's evolving. When hunger sets in, it's not just your stomach making noise. Your cells are literally communicating with each other. They send chemical signals to each other, activating survival pathways that alter how your body uses energy. It's as if millions of tiny workers suddenly coordinate to keep the system alive with fewer resources. At this stage, the stress of fasting becomes beneficial, something scientists call hormesis. Mild stress forces your body to adapt, strengthening its defenses. Your cells start expressing protective proteins and antioxidant enzymes, shielding themselves from future harm. Hunger, paradoxically, becomes medicine. But this inner conversation also triggers a subtle restructuring. Some immune cells go dormant, while others become hyper-efficient scavengers seeking out damaged or unnecessary cells to recycle. It's a quiet, internal cleanup operation that feels invisible, but the impact is massive. By the time you start thinking about your next meal, your body has already been busy reshaping its immune landscape in silence. Then comes one of the most fascinating biological events known to science: autophagy. The word means self-eating, but don't let that fool you. This isn't destruction, it's renovation. During fasting, your body activates this process to clean out old malfunctioning cells and rebuild them from the inside out. Under the microscope, autophagy looks like tiny bubbles forming around damaged parts of the cell, swallowing them whole. The result? Fresher, younger cells and a lighter immune burden. Researchers have linked this mechanism to improved resistance against infection, cancer, and even neurodegenerative diseases. What's more, this recycling process trains your immune system to recognize what's harmful and what's not.
By clearing cellular debris, autophagy reduces false alarms that often lead to chronic inflammation and autoimmune reactions. In essence, fasting teaches your body how to tell friend from foe. It's almost poetic. Hunger, the feeling we avoid most, becomes the spark that rejuvenates your defenses from within. Here's where things get truly remarkable. Fasting doesn't just clean your immune system, it can actually rebuild it. According to research from the University of Southern California, prolonged fasting cycles can stimulate stem cells to produce brand new white blood cells. In other words, your body begins to regenerate its own army. When nutrient levels drop, a signal reaches your bone marrow, the birthplace of immune cells. The body decides it's time to shed the old and make way for the new. Damaged immune cells are broken down, and fresh ones emerge more adaptable and responsive than before. This biological reset is why some scientists describe fasting as a reboot for immunity. It's not just about surviving without food. It's about giving your system a chance to start over, a clean slate for your body's defense network. By the end of this phase, your immune army isn't weaker, it's younger, faster, and smarter than before. Deep within your body, inflammation works like a low, constant fire, sometimes helpful, sometimes destructive. Chronic inflammation quietly damages tissues and confuses your immune system, making it attack even when there's no real threat. But when you fast, that fire begins to die down. Without the constant influx of sugar, processed fats, and toxins from food, your immune cells finally get a break from overreacting. Studies show that fasting lowers inflammatory cytokines, the chemical messengers that tell immune cells to attack. With fewer of these signals, your immune system can shift from aggression to balance. It stops acting like an overexcited guard dog and starts functioning more like a wise strategist, choosing its battles carefully. The liver and gut also play a huge role in this transformation. As the body shifts into fat-burning mode, it produces ketone bodies, which have anti-inflammatory effects throughout your tissues. These molecules not only provide clean energy, but also tell immune cells to calm down and repair instead of destroy. By the time you reach 24 hours of fasting, you've entered a phase where your immune system begins to heal itself. The chaos of inflammation starts giving way to clarity, and your body finally finds its inner quiet. One of the most fascinating things about fasting is how it forces your body to make tough choices. When resources become scarce, your system starts evaluating every cell. Are you useful? Are you damaged? Do you deserve to stay? This ruthless triage process is guided by an ancient survival instinct: eliminate the weak to strengthen the whole. Old, malfunctioning immune cells, especially those that overreact or send the wrong signals, are marked for destruction. Meanwhile, healthy, efficient ones are preserved and even enhanced. This isn't cruelty. It's evolution in action. Your body is pruning the forest so that stronger trees can grow.
This selective process also reduces the risk of autoimmune diseases, where the immune system mistakenly attacks the body itself. By clearing out the confused cells, fasting helps reset immune tolerance, reminding the system what truly belongs and what doesn't. In essence, fasting gives your immune system a moment of deep introspection, a biological meditation on what to keep and what to let go. It's an act of renewal written in the language of survival. Imagine a soldier who never trains, who always has food, comfort, and rest. That soldier grows weak. The same applies to your immune system. Fasting acts as a controlled challenge, a form of biological training that keeps your immune defenses sharp and adaptive. When deprived of nutrients, immune cells learn to become more resilient. They develop better communication, more efficient energy usage, and faster response times once food returns. Scientists call this metabolic flexibility, the body's ability to switch gears between abundance and scarcity. This training effect also extends to your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells. During fasting, they become more efficient, reducing oxidative damage and improving energy management. The result is a stronger, leaner immune response, one that doesn't overreact or waste resources. By facing temporary scarcity, your immune system learns endurance. It's not about deprivation, it's about evolution through discipline. Fasting, in this way, becomes a kind of biological boot camp, tough but transformative. Most people don't realize that nearly 70% of your immune system lives inside your gut. It's not just a place for digestion, it's a massive control center, home to trillions of bacteria that constantly communicate with your immune cells. And when you fast, this ecosystem goes through a radical reset. Without constant food intake, your gut microbes enter their own fasting rhythm. Harmful bacteria that thrive on sugar and processed foods begin to die off, while beneficial ones, especially those that support anti-inflammatory functions, start to flourish. It's like your intestinal city is cleaning house, preparing for a new era of balance. This microbial shift directly influences how your immune system behaves. Healthier gut bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that calm inflammation and strengthen the gut barrier, preventing harmful particles from entering your bloodstream. In essence, your gut starts teaching your immune system how to stay calm under pressure. After just a day or two of fasting, the communication between your gut and immune cells improves dramatically. Your inner ecosystem becomes more harmonious, and your body's defenses more precise. A perfect example of how nature rewards temporary stillness. When a virus enters your body, your immune system usually reacts with a surge of energy, raising body temperature, producing antibodies, and releasing waves of inflammatory molecules. But during fasting, something extraordinary happens. Instead of panicking, your immune system becomes more strategic. It stops wasting energy on unnecessary battles and focuses only where it truly matters. Research shows that fasting triggers a metabolic shift that starves certain pathogens of their favorite fuel, glucose. With less sugar circulating, viruses find it harder to replicate. Meanwhile, your body increases production of ketones and antioxidants, creating an internal environment that protects healthy cells while slowing viral growth. At the same time, immune cells like macrophages and natural killer cells adjust their tactics. They patrol more efficiently, removing infected or damaged cells with precision. Fasting doesn't make your immune system weaker, it makes it smarter, like a general who stops firing blindly and starts using strategy instead of force. In moments of scarcity, your body remembers its ancient wisdom. Survival isn't about fighting harder. It's about fighting smarter.
What if fasting could actually turn back the clock on your immune system? Emerging science suggests it might. When your body enters prolonged fasting cycles, it activates stem cells, those rare, powerful cells capable of generating entirely new immune components. It's a biological reboot that begins deep inside your bone marrow. In studies conducted at the University of Southern California, researchers found that fasting for 2 to 3 days can trigger stem cells to regenerate white blood cells, essentially replacing old immune soldiers with brand new recruits. This process helps restore balance and eliminate dysfunctional cells that contribute to chronic disease and immune fatigue. Beyond regeneration, fasting also improves the diversity of immune cells, making your body better prepared to respond to infections and even vaccines. Your system doesn't just recover, it evolves. It learns to recognize threats faster, repair damage more efficiently, and communicate with other organs more clearly.
In a sense, fasting is the body's natural version of upgrading its software. It clears bugs, resets settings, and restores performance to its original brilliance. Of course, there's a fine line between healing and harm. Fasting, while powerful, is a tool, and like any tool, it can cut both ways. When prolonged too far without proper supervision or nutrition, your body begins to interpret the fast not as a reset, but as starvation. The immune system, once thriving on adaptation, starts to falter. Over time, excessive fasting can lower white blood cell counts and weaken your response to real infections. Hormonal imbalances may arise, and the body may begin to break down healthy tissues for fuel. The same process that once built resilience can, when taken to extremes, create vulnerability. That's why balance is everything. Intermittent or controlled fasting, guided by science and medical advice, offers the benefits without the crash. It's not about deprivation, but intelligent rhythm. Your body needs both the silence of fasting and the nourishment of eating to stay in harmony. So while fasting can awaken your immune potential, remember, even nature knows when to pause. If you're fascinated by what fasting does to your body, you'll love our video, What Happens to Your Organs If You Fast for 24 Hours. Watch it next to see how your organs respond during the first day without food. In the end, fasting isn't just about skipping meals, it's about rediscovering the hidden intelligence of your body. It's the ancient dialogue between scarcity and renewal, between rest and readiness. When done wisely, fasting becomes a bridge between modern science and primal survival. Each cycle of fasting teaches your immune system to reset, rebuild, and reawaken. It reminds your body that strength doesn't always come from abundance. Sometimes it comes from restraint, from giving your cells time to breathe, repair, and remember their true purpose. So if you ever decide to try fasting, don't think of it as punishment. Think of it as a gift of time. Time for your body to clean, heal, and grow stronger than before. Every hour without food is not a loss. It's an investment in resilience. And if you've made it this far, you already understand. True health begins with awareness. If you enjoyed discovering how fasting transforms your immune system, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to see it. Your support helps us bring more science, more health, and more discoveries straight to you.